Hello, hello, hello. This is Adrienne, also known as Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside, and I'm here. And I just realized I'm here, but I am on the wrong platform. I wanted to be on the platform where I could stream out from here to YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and all of that. I wanted to be on that other one, but I'm not. I'm on this. So I'm going to have to do this and then record it and share it later, I guess, to the others. And that also means I'll probably cut this short and come back when I'm on the other um, to do card readings. So I really wanted to take some time to talk about the eclipses, the eclipse, the retrogrades that are coming, because we've got retrogrades coming. In fact, Pluto retrogrades this week. And then I wanted to look it up because I had saved it somewhere with all the information. Let me see if I can tell you without cutting off the light. See, this is what happens. This is why I try not to go live anymore. First of all, I'm at an age where going live is not a good idea. It's just not. I like to have things organized, and my organizational skills have, they're well, I'm organized. That's not it. It's just I've got a lot going on. Okay, so look, we're in the shadow of the retrograde. So I wanted to keep this because this is like a little cheat sheet here, is exactly what this is called. And I wanted to think of magical recipes online for this cheat sheet. Also, April 29th, April 29th, Pluto goes retrograde, and they have your power plays at work, I guess, because it's Capricorn. And it could be. I just went through something like that where someone tried to pull a power play on me, and I actually got so hurt. I mean, it hurt my heart. And and I was heartbroken because it's something I wanted to do with business. But the very next day, I got someone who obviously liked what I did and wanted to get one themselves. So I felt vindicated. On April 30th is Beltane's Eve, which is solar eclipse, the magical night. Beltane's Eve, April 30th. And then on May 10th, Mercury finally goes retrograde, because we're already in the shadow of the retrograde as of yesterday, but it goes, retrograde on May 10th. And then on May 10th, Jupiter enters Aries, and that's like a fiery, expansive energy. Wait, I'm so upset. But to me, Jupiter went through Pisces so quickly. I was born with Jupiter in Pisces. How dare it go through Pisces so quickly? And why was my Jupiter in Pisces so horrifically bad? Why? Anyway, I'm just saying, maybe I laid down some Jupiterian things and I just don't realize I was lucky. I guess I was lucky, right? I didn't die or anything. I mean, there are people, a million people are not here anymore. So I guess I was lucky in my own way. All it did was give me this little chubby little face. That's what it gave me. Anyway, April 30th, we'll have another new moon. And then June 3rd, Mercury turns direct. So we've got from May 10th until June 3rd to deal with Mercury retrograde. But the reality is we're in the shadow of it already before we ever get to May 10th. So we're looking at quite some time of dealing with this Mercury retrograde vibe. Just the communications are not going to be exactly the way they're supposed to be. you might, I mean, I have a feeling people are going to be ghosting people, losing things, dropping the ball when places where they don't want to drop the ball, losing contracts. Um, I mean, everything. I would write it down. I would keep a journal. I would make sure I've got my day planner in my hand as well as electronic data taking. If I got a virtual assistant, if you don't got one, I would go get one. If you got, I mean, it's gonna. mm. And the reason why I say that is because it's all going to be happening in Gemini. I mean, this all Gemini during Gemini period. And Gemini rules Mercury. I mean, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. And so I just want you guys to know this is not going to be a normal Mercury retrograde. This is going to be Mercury going home first. And then retrograde. That's like, no, 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 no. Also, we've got, let's see, Saturn goes retrograde on June 4th. Another retrograde, and Saturn of all things. Just Saturn, you know, I've made many videos and podcasts about Saturn being in my first house, and I am not happy about it. It does not make me a happy camper to have been dealing with Saturn sitting in my first house all year long, and last year and the year before, because I have a big first house. And it starts at 17 degrees of Capricorn. I've been dealing with Saturn in my first house for about 2.5 years already. It's horrible. It really is. You see, I'm wearing black. I'm just keeping it real. It's just, I've lost several grandchildren during this period of time. And I mean, since it touched my son in Capricorn, I lost a marriage. I mean, that man ghosted me. I ain't seen that man or that man. It's like he didn't exist, like a specter, like a wisp of smoke. He did live in England, so we're not going to cross paths. And I did block him, so he has no access to me whatsoever. But it's just like, it was like a figment of my imagination. It was like, that was, I know it, I knew the man for 7 years, but I swear it's like he never existed. Like, I don't know. I can laugh at this now. For the longest I was angry, but now I do chuckle. It's hilarious. I know he is Gemini rising, and he's got most of his planets in the 12th house. And I knew as an astrologer, like, I shouldn't have messed with somebody with that much 12th house. It's like, you know, there's something hidden in there, and Gemini's got multiple personalities. Anything could be happening. I don't know that man. I don't know that man, Lord. Anyway, on June 18th, shadow of the retrograde of Mercury is lifted. So we've got all the way from April 26th to June 18th, when the shadow of the retrograde finally lifts of this Mercury retrograde. That means things may be incommunicado from April 26th to June 18th. And basically it's saying, or I'm saying, for shizzle, okay? Don't make no permanent decisions. I didn't waste so much of my time, energy, and money on stuff. But I think that's what I'm supposed to do during this period, is go back over my business strategies and ideas and things like that, and get that just right to tweak all my business ideas and my money strategies, because Taurus is money. So this new moon in Taurus is going to be dealing with money, and this solar eclipse is the new beginning. The new beginning. I don't know about you. I know me personally. I want this new beginning in the money. I mean, just give me the new beginning with the money. I need that new beginning with the money. I have earned that new beginning with the money. I have put up into the vortex. The money, the money has been sitting up in the vortex and accumulating in the vortex for at least 4 to 5 years that I know of for sure. But I know now with, the new promotions and stuff that I've been working on and ideas, I have a feeling that there are millions upon millions of dollars waiting to flow down upon me from the vortex. And that is an awesome feeling. Well, and I will, if I'm supposed to say it the way my teacher, Alicia Hartzell, says it, because she says it, and I'm supposed to, and I'm all trained and I don't do it right, but I'm going to try to say it the way. Because this is just me, right? This is the way I am, because I don't know why I am like this. Okay, so let's see. I just want to get the right wording because I don't say it right. I don't. But I had wrote this stuff down, but I don't think I wrote it here. I must have wrote it somewhere else. I know it's about the higher frequency, right? We all know that because I'm a sacred soul alignment practitioner. So there's something new going on. I'm going to get involved in that. But what been talking about over the last few days is beautiful for the fact that we are about to go into this new moon and this solar eclipse in Taurus, which deals with money. Taurus is the sign that deals with money. It deals with accumulation. It deals with what we own, what we amass, what we can amass, what we can own and attain in this lifetime as far as resources and actual wealth, actual physical, tangible money. So now I know there's a solar eclipse and there's Beltane, right? Because we've got this going on as well. There may be a dark energy attached to it. One of the things I'm thinking is pursuing the money at the cost of everything and everyone else. I would not do that. Okay. I think that there are people who do that. The money is the priority, not the relationship, not the children, not the love or whatever it is they're building, not the friendships, it's the money. And because of that, they'll step on and harm others and relationships that mean a great deal to them. So I don't want anyone to do that. Okay. Taurus is known as being greedy. It's ruled by Venus. It's the greediest of all of the signs. It's known as the greedy sign. It's the I want. Okay. So there could even be this pervasive feeling that's already building because the sun's already in Taurus of I want. I want what? What do you want? I want a new car. Okay. I want a new house. Okay. I want some new clothes. I want, I don't know. I want to make $1 million this year. I want to go to Costa Rica. I want, right? We could just keep going on and 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 on about what I want. Right now, I want some Jimmy John's. I really would like some Jimmy John's. I like their lettuce wrap. Their lettuce wrap because I don't eat bread, so that would be awesome. Just say, or some Jimmy John's. So yeah, so the I want factor. By the way, I was born with my moon in Taurus. It's almost embarrassing. It is. Okay. It's almost embarrassing right now because I know this is going to affect me in the way that I know it's going to affect me. I know my greed. I'm going to have to watch my greed so much. And I'm so afraid because I know what this means. I know I'm about to be greedy. I can feel it. Now, I'm trying to fight that now, and I'm trying to really keep a good on top of this, so I don't let it get the best of me, because I know me, and I know that and I also have shiny object syndrome. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is. And so I've been really working on myself and working on the whole shiny object syndrome problem, because to me it is an issue. And I just am so afraid, because I've got greedy issues, right? It's all about my greed. And I really think that that's what this is going to be dealing with a lot. Okay, we're going to be dealing with a lot of that. Uh, Greed. This is all going to be about greed. And and I know some people are not talking about it. They're not talking about, just like when I saw someone talking about Mercury and Gemini. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. And they were saying all these wonderful things about Mercury and Gemini, and I'm not saying that's not right. I'm just saying that they missed the main part of Mercury and Gemini, because we all know what Mercury and Venus and Gemini mean. First of all, yeah, Mercury's a great talker. That's what Mercury does. But Mercury in Gemini, especially if it's retrograde or in detriment and it is bored and it's got nothing else to do, it's going to flirt and lie and cheat and flirt and lie and cheat and flirt. I'm keeping it real. That's what Geminis do. They are the flirters of the zodiac. Other than Libra, nobody does it better than a Gemini. And if they're bored, they will flirt just for the hell of it, just because they're bored, just because. They ain't got nothing better to do, but they will break many hearts because people will believe in the lie. They'll get into the love bombing. I don't want to get into the deepness of all this, but I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of that love bombing. And then all during that retrograde period, which really, like I said, started already on the 26th. I mean, we're going all the way into June. So by June, someone's going to be devastated because they're going to wake up one day and turn on the dime on them. Change their mind like they never desired it. Right now, this new moon in Taurus, by the way, does deal with desire. So that's why it came up in my mouth about desire. And with the solar eclipse there, it's going to shake some things up a little bit, but it's still all about the money. It's still, I mean, this is a partial eclipse, so it's not as powerful as a full, but it's all about the money. Taurus is always about the money. It's always about flossing too. It's not just having the money, it's about flossing the money. So people might be going out buying things knowing they got to put it on layaway because they ain't got enough money. How are they gonna pay that bill when they wake up after and realize they got this bill that's going to follow them all year? They're going to be so upset at themselves. Okay, because that kind of stuff is not good. And that's what's going to happen. Anyway, this is the new moons are always about new beginnings. So this is a new beginning. And what maybe this is going to be about a new beginning of actually experiencing wealth and financial security, because Taurus deals with things like financial security. And it could be a lack of, don't forget, we're in a solar eclipse, but I think it could be that you might feel it. It's when things take root. It's new things taking root. So you might have gotten into something new, might be in something new, might start something new, might have already been in something new. And now with the retrograde and the eclipse, you're going to have to track back and go back and fix what you already started. Maybe it's going to be something like that. Or it's going to be a new start where you're going to take, whatever is old, because Taurus also deals with antiques and old things. And so does Capricorn. But I just have a feeling that with Taurus, they're like hoarders. So if you're someone who's sitting on a whole bunch of old campaigns that you thought you were going to do, but you didn't do, you might decide this is the time that you're going to go and do those campaigns and you're going to make them work. Or you got old projects that have been sitting around and not doing it over the course of the Mercury retrograde and Pluto retrograde and Saturn retrogrades. A lot of people are going to be going back and getting things done that they didn't get done the first time. But I think this is also about making something happen, something real and tangible. Like it was nothing. It was primordial ooze. And now it is $1 million enterprise. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this new moon in Taurus can do. That's how amazing it is. It's taking root. There is actually a card that I have, and I wonder if when I pull the cards, if I pull it up, I think it's the King of Pentacles. I think it's the King of Pentacles, or no, here it is. I went right to it because I meant to share it. That's why. Look at this. This is it. 7 of Pentacles. It's the 7 of Pentacles. Look at it. It's taking root. It's the financial ideas, the financial dreams, the financial things that you planted, that you started, that you've been working on, that finally take root. And this is that period. You might have to start over and replant. It is so, it's that sowing season. You might have to sow it all again, put it all in, plan all over again. You know what, we reap what we sow. So what are you going to be sowing with this new moon in Taurus? Which, by the way, I can't help but go back to the plants, because Taurus is the most lush, green, beautiful moon as far as like greenery and grass and trees and flowers. It's Mayflowers, right? It's Mayflowers. It's the beautiful garden overrun with gorgeous greenery and gorgeous flowers. It's abundance. It's the new beginning toward abundance. And I believe this is financial abundance, but it could just be the abundance of having, that feeling of having, of knowing you've got it. Like, I've got that in the bank, or I've got that stashed away. I've got enough food in the pantry, enough gas for the car, enough money in the bank. I've got a house to live in. I've got enough clothes to wear. My children are taken care of. That is the new beginning we're talking about. Starting from there. And don't forget, Taurus is very base in nature. So yeah, it could be very complicated. It could be some large enterprise, most likely, if it deals with money. But I think this is all going to be very low key domestic things, like, I just bought a new table set. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Or I just got this new outfit in the sharp, or look at my new car. Oh, something like that. It's all going to be something like that, but it's a new beginning. So make sure whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you're buying, whatever it is you're investing your time, your energy, your money into, that it is worthwhile, because whatever you're planting, it's going to grow. Okay. It's going to grow. If you're planting something good, then something good is going to come back out of that. If you're planting mess, ain't nothing but mess coming out of that. You know that, right? Just keeping it real, y'all. That's the way I like to do it. So make sure whatever you're planting is worth planting, and that it's going to give you something back in return. Because that's what this wants to do. It wants to give you something. It wants to grow. It's like a tree. You're planting something. And it's one of the nicest places for the moon to be. The moon loves to be in Taurus. I should know. I was born with the moon in Taurus. It's a very relaxed, comfortable, let me eat some potatoes and give me some of that sour cream over there and put the steak on the Barbie. It's that kind of moon. Okay. But it's likely to manifest abundance, and it loves sensual creative things. It likes to feel good. So that's why I'm thinking it's about um getting things I keep thinking the home. I mean, something that's going to make you feel comfortable. It's about that. Also, it's ruled by Venus, Taurus. So, I mean, there could be a lot of love around. It could definitely be sensuality where people are flirting because, we're going to be moving into some of these Gemini planets and soon, right? But there could be some flirting. Like I said, Mercury's going to be in Gemini. I think it already went into Gemini or is tomorrow or something like that. But anyway, we're going to be dealing with the Taurus moon. Okay. So that's very sensual. Like I said, I know I've got the moon in Taurus. And so you want good food, good talk, good friendships, good comfort, someone to rub your feet, scratch my back, massage my hair, something, that kind of thing. And so it's a partial eclipse, which is, I think, good. And the moon and the sun are going to be together. So they're both going to be at 10 degrees of Taurus. Think about where 10 degrees of Taurus is in your chart. Where exactly is 10 degrees of Taurus for you? I know I'm kind of freaked out by it because 10 degrees of Taurus is like right at the precipice of my fourth house, but not my fourth house. My fourth house begins at 11 degrees. So it's almost opposing my midheaven, but not really. I mean, it's opposing the ninth house, but it's really opposing my midheaven almost exactly. And I'm going to feel this solar eclipse opposing my midheaven. Okay. So I'm not happy. I'm not that happy about this for myself. But think about where 10 degrees of Taurus falls in your chart. Because wherever that is, it's going to give you an idea of where this urge to feel comfortable and at ease and have some glamour maybe and feel loved and supported and all of those Venus-y things that's where it'll be. And it might be that you don't feel it that much because of the solar eclipse sitting on it, but I would prepare just in case for the urge to buy, the urge to get, I want, that whole I want vibe. Okay, so just know that because you might start getting that I want. And I know, like I said, I've got the buyer's problem, the shiny object. And I know when I get in that vibe and I got a Taurus moon, it's like I can't stop until I get it. And so if you can stop yourself from getting into that mindset before you spend your money and pull out your credit card or whatever, I would do that and, still yourself now before it gets too bad. Now, there is some talk that there could be some negative things about this moon. And I don't know if I just know that some people feel that, it's Beltane. And so that's very magical, by the way, like kind of a witch's moon and a dark moon, a black moon. It's a black moon. And so that could affect some people. Now, I'm just going to kind of read off because I, like I said, I talk about things other astrologers really usually don't talk about. I'm just going to read off a little bit what I'm seeing here at Astrology King and see what he talks about. So it says the new moon in Taurus on April 30th is a partial solar eclipse with positive links to Mars and Uranus. The spiritual meaning of the solar eclipse relates to initiating a positive change and following your passionate desires. It's the alignment of Venus and Jupiter less than 1 hour after the Taurus solar eclipse is an excellent omen for love and money. It adds sensual love to the unbridled passions of Mars and Uranus. Now, finally, this eclipse aligns with asteroid Eros to leave no doubt that you'll be chasing your passionate desires. I said that, rub my feet. The solar eclipse meaning for each sign is at the end of this post. So he put stuff there, but I just wanted to kind of go over this to see if, and basically he's giving off the same vibe that I am, because that's what this is. Now, one of the other things that he mentions is that this new moon on Saturday the 30th is the second new moon of the month, because it's also a solar eclipse, and it marks the beginning of a new eclipse phase that lasts until October 25th. And that was, I thought it was the summer, but it goes to October 25th. So, this is a long period that we're going to be feeling this newness, this new beginning, this new start, this Eros, these passionate desires, this I want, whatever this I want is. We're going to be feeling this until October, almost November. And this particular new moon is located at 10 degrees, 28 minutes of Taurus. I've mentioned that it aligns with Uranus. It's a difficult placement for Uranus, because that's a square, or excuse me, that's going to be conjunct. But yeah, that's not good. You don't want anything really conjunct Uranus, I'm just saying. No. Anyway, but because it's harmonious to Mars, it's actually a fortunate conjunction. So that's actually excellent. And it's a total lack of challenging red aspects that makes this especially fortunate eclipse. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to keep you from your I want. Only your mind, you're going to have to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because some people are going to be spending and don't know why they're spending like that. There's no major fixed stars around 10 degrees of Taurus, but there's an amorous asteroid that complements the essentially exciting Mars Uranus energy. So yeah, there's all about that sensuality and that passion, and I want you, te quiero mucho. Yeah, all of that happening, right? So this solar eclipse is more powerful because the moon darkens the sun, and the strongest and most important aspect of astrology is the sun conjunct the moon. So it gives an invigorating burst of energy and initiative, and it also brings emotional balance. But it's not too cold, too calculating. So that's good. That's good. It's a good time to start a new leaf, start a new project. We talked about the new beginnings, right? You can also question some old habits, behaviors, beliefs. Like I said, some people are going to be going back, digging out the things they didn't finish, starting to work on them, get them done. Because we got the retrogrades coming up after the eclipse. That's why I said eclipses and retrogrades. Oh my, we're going to be going digging out stuff we've had buried down in the storage closet for God knows how long. We got 3 retrogrades coming, right? This is all going to happen. So anyway, we've got the solar eclipse sextile Mars by 1 degree. That gives confidence, strength, and courage. It's good for physical activities, exercise. And look what time it is. We're going into May. This is like the best time of the year because the weather starts to change. It's starting to get hot. People are wanting to work out and do stuff and get intimate and look, sexual attraction, and wearing the shorts and the little booty shorts and all that kind of stuff. It's all going to be on and popping, and we all can see that. That's what's going on. And there's assertiveness and initiative that's there too because of this Mars sextile. It's also conjunct Uranus by 4 degrees, which is a close conjunction there. It's change and excitement. Because with the moon you can, or sun, you can get 10-degree orbs. So anyway, there's risk of unwanted change and chaos. But the risk of it is reduced because of the sextile to Mars. Because usually with Uranus there would be chaos. Okay. There should be positive changes and greater personal freedom. I love that. Something totally new and different is beginning. I keep feeling the newness, the start. There's so many new starts coming. I can feel it. And Mars sextile Uranus, again, by 2 degrees, this is more initiative, more motivation, inspiration, desire for fun and excitement. It stimulates physical attraction. It makes you more daring and adventurous. People are taking risks, doing things. Things are happening smoothly and quickly. I mean, this is a lot going on. There's a lot of movement here, a lot of active planets. Venus conjunct Jupiter by less than a minute brings love. Venus conjunct Jupiter, oh my gosh, love, money, harmony, happiness, socializing, dating, making friends, partnerships that are going to be genuine and mutually beneficial. Oh my goodness, Billy D, Billy D. I'm just saying, everyone wants a genuine, mutually beneficial relationship. I'm just saying, okay. Good fortune also applies to long distance travel, financial investments, higher education, and the law. I'm just seeing lots of more crypto sales. That's what I'm seeing. People are pushing the crypto everywhere. Venus sextile Pluto by about 40 minutes makes companionship more important to you. And that, by the way, that sextile to Pluto is also very close. So we got an almost exact conjunction to Jupiter from Venus. And then the sextile to Pluto is less than a minute. It's incredible. It makes companionship more important. You feel longing to share your love with someone special. Obsessions are possible, and a new romance would be a whirlwind. I sense so many people are going to be going on whirlwinds. Like I said, love bombing. I just sense it. Anyway, deep feelings of love in existing relationships can evolve to a more profound spiritual level. And finally, here, Jupiter sextile Pluto. This is like a trifecta, like Venus conjunct Jupiter, Venus sextile Pluto, then Jupiter sextile Pluto. Pluto, this amplifies, intensifies the good fortune in love and money. Oh, I love this. Increased power and influence, positive change and success. Powerful forces working behind the scenes to lead to spiritual and personal growth, wealth creation, professional advancement, a strong urge to reform something in your life may coincide with an opportunity to do it. I think people are going to be making money. They're going to have these opportunities they thought that were long gone, but they're not. They're going to be coming back. And like I said, this is also touching on Eros at 11 degrees of Taurus, almost exactly on it. Eros means desire. I want. Didn't I say that? I want. It is the Greek god of love and sex. His Roman counterpart was Cupid, and Eros was the god of friendship and liberty. So Eros, this is all about that, desire. Oh, everyone's just going to be finding their partners. It's spring. It's spring. So anyway, they said that Eros mischievously intervened in the affairs of the gods and mortals and caused bonds of love to form, even illicitly. And I wonder if this means that there might be some illicit relationships occurring during this, because I want, right? You don't care or you're not thinking about other things, like if they're married or if they have a house full of kids or if they can't pay the bills and they're not good for you financially. All you care about is I want. Oh, I want. And that's what I sense is going to be the pervading feeling over the next 30 days, or well, they said until October 25th, which makes sense. You want to know why I say that? Because a lot of relationships, especially with young people, tend to start either during spring break, summer vacation, right? Remember summer love all through the night. Tell me, tell me, tell me. So that's what we're gonna have all summer. This is what we're gonna be experiencing. Anyway, this Uranus and Mars sextile brings positive change. It comes in quickly. It takes away inhibition. We talked about that. It's essential kind of love. We talked about that. Pluto amplifies and intensifies the good fortune even further. We talked about that. And that, with the asteroid Eros being on top of this is all about passionate desire. Some people might have a desire that they just cannot resist. They try to, but during this time, it's going to be darn hard to resist this passionate desire. And we've got another, lunar eclipse coming up May 16th. But don't forget, nothing is full until we get that full, and that's not until October. So let's see here. We've got they talk about each sign. I'm not going to do that because I'm just I might say something later about what I personally think, but I'm not going to read someone else's interpretation. Y'all go and read it yourself. That was Astrology King. Okay, so you guys, I just wanted to go over where these planets are and what they mean, and what's going on for them. And then I will come back. I will do some card readings because that seems to be all you guys care about anyways, whether or not I do card readings or not. I will do the card readings, and then I will come back after, and I'll do it on the other platform that I'm on instead of here. Okay, let me do that. And I just needed to, now did I go over where the planets are today? Because I usually do talk about that. And I'll say that really quickly because I know you guys don't like talking about the planets or hearing about the planets as much as you like seeing the cards or the actual reading. So I'm trying to open this and it's okay. So right now we I talked about this in a reading I did the other night. The sun and moon are well, right now I think they're like parallel. They're not connected at all. Not at all. Actually, the moon is about to hit Chiron. That makes me want to get off of this altogether tonight because I don't want to do anything when the moon's going to be on Chiron. That's going to be crying and tears and not feeling good about yourself. I will say that Mercury is exactly trine Pluto right now. So that feels good. And I think that's why I felt really okay to come out here and communicate and talk tonight with everybody. So you guys, I'm not going to go too deep into where the planets are because I did it the other night and I'll do it again on Saturday. I just wanted to come and talk a little bit about the eclipses and the new moon and the retrogrades. And I'll be back on Saturday. And you'll probably see me sooner than that because what I'm going to do is go and either record these or I will go live on another platform and upload the readings for May because I haven't done it yet. So I'll do that soon. Anyway, you guys, it's been my pleasure. It always is. I always feel like I have a lot to say. I hope you guys listened to what I had to say. I hope you understood what I had to say. And I'm sure I'll be back to say some more because that's just what I do. Much love to you guys. Many blessings. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I try to tone it down and be, quiet and reserved. And I cannot seem to do that. When I start talking about astrology, I just get real giddy and excited. And I just run off at the mouth. And so, yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, you guys, much love to you. Many blessings. And I'll see you Saturday.